about the game, and we can take questions from there.
Yeah, first let me acknowledge and thank all of our former alumni and players that played here and wore this jersey. It was a lot of fun, the alumni game prior to our game, and it was about just as competitive if anybody was out there watching. And so, but just great to see those guys and the Milwaukee basketball family as we reunite with some people and continue to grow and build those relationships and those bridges. I thought our crowd was fantastic, and that is growing every time out. And if you're a basketball fan, that is a heck of a basketball game to attend and watch. The unfortunate part is somebody has to lose, and their guys, you give them a ton of credit. Coach McClain, they've got a great young group, and they made big plays, and our guys made big plays to stay in the game and give us a chance. So the competitive level of that game for 45 minutes, and we're getting used to playing 45 around here, was high level, and proud of our guys for the way that they fought. We'll go back and look at it. There's some things I wish I would have done differently and do a better job coaching them, because these guys are giving the effort that it takes.
Almost half of your conference games now have gone overtime. What does that tell you as a coach?
I need to get better. It tells me that these guys are doing their part and they're fighting, and they're putting us in position to be able to have a chance to win them, and that's where you want to be. And we talked prior to the season as a team about the season and the journey of a season, and they're going to be 2-possession, 3-possession games, and we've been in about 14 of them now. We've won some, and we've come up short sometimes. And as a staff, we go back and try to pick everything apart just to see one play call different, one defensive coverage different, or substitution. So as we grow and as I grow, also to put these guys in the best situation. Nothing against our guys. It's totally. We got to do a better job coaching there.
You guys used a 15-4 run over the final 3:43 to tie it up there and send it in overtime. The guy to your left there had a big hand in that. What do you think worked for you guys there late? Was it just getting the ball in Brock's hands and letting him create things and do things?
Well, I think this guy right here is one of our most competitive guys, and he hates to lose. And you're in that moment where, and we had a huddle where I said, it's the players, the coaches can't want it more than the players. He took that to heart and led us. We had talked earlier this week and about him being more aggressive, and that's the way, not that he has to score 30 every night, but just playing with that mentality and that competitive spirit. And we had a number of guys do that. You look at our bench production with JB and Cam and Bryce Enzi specifically. If we can get that level or some degree of it, each night from here forward, I like our chances against anybody in this conference.
Brock, being a team guy, has it been hard to kind of wrap your mind around the fact that coach wants you to shoot as much as possible and being really aggressive on the offensive end?
Yeah. It's kind of you don't want your teammates to think maybe you're just kind of hogging or something. So kind of being a little selfish was kind of hard. But then again, the guys in the locker room are always telling me to shoot and giving me that confidence to shoot when I'm open. So. They're great about it.
Defensively, when you look at the numbers, the UIC had a really good game shooting the basketball, especially in the second half. What were they able to do against you guys so well? They're very athletic, obviously, can score the ball.
Yeah, no, they do a great job of spreading you out, and they drive it really, really well, and they have guys that can finish. They have not been a three-point shooting team, especially at the clip that they shot it today. And so, they made shots. Sometimes it's not as complicated as anything, but, we tried to pack the paint and crowd the lane a little bit and keep them out of there, because that's what they do well. And, they had a few guys get hot and make some big ones, down the stretch every time we cut it. And it looked like, we may get the stop to give ourselves a chance to either tie it or go ahead. They made another big one. And, like I said, it's a phenomenal basketball game to be a part of. And we had to make some big ones, to stay in it. And so it was kind of back and forth there. We just couldn't get enough stops or get them to miss. One time, number 5, Ferguson was fantastic. He's a heck of a ball player, and you're looking at the roster, and he's a freshman. So, we'll see. We'll have to see that for 4 more years and try to figure that out. But and they'll have to come up with some plans for some of our guys too. And so when we get together, it should be fun moving forward.
Laval, how difficult is it to deal with guys like Ferguson and Santos and their the skill sets and that they bring to the floor?
Yeah, the tough part is, we had a huddle there where I told our guys don't get discouraged. Was they were doing what we wanted them to do. They were just making the shots, and sometimes it was by design what we were trying to get them to do. We thought we were dictating at some points, and they scored. Some tough finishes in the lane. I remember one Ferguson had where, those are very tough twos. And then they, a couple guys that don't normally make them at that rate stepped up and made big shots. And then there were times where we did not close out with the impact we need to close, and we did miss some coverages, but that happens too. It's not a game of perfect. And we'll go back to the film room and just try to tighten up, what we do more moving forward.
Brock, obviously the win is the most important thing, but was today a fun game? I mean, you look at the final score, it's like an NBA game, 105 to 100, you guys just going back and forth. As a player, is that fun to play that style and be up and down like that in the game?
It's fun while you're out there, but then when it comes down to it, you're behind, having to come back. It gets a little frustrating, but again, we all have confidence in each one of us, and coming back like that is fun. Getting to play five extra minutes.
You guys have got experience in that 5 overtime games. It seems
seems like it.
Yeah, from a player's perspective, I mean, you guys are learning from these, though, aren't you? Each progressive one.
Yeah, I think so. Just kind of young team, guys having to step up. That they wouldn't usually have to, like coming in and being a freshman. But give our guys credit, give UIC credit. They just shot the ball, incredibly well tonight. So.
Brock, you shot the last 2 free throws to send your team into overtime. What were your thoughts during those free throws?
Just don't be short. I kept telling myself not to be short tonight, so that was the biggest key.
Coach, you said earlier that at the end of the day somebody has to win. So what are you thinking now heading into the next game? What do you think you can do better to ensure that you guys close the game better?
That's a long list for as a coach you replay especially these, because the way these guys are fighting, you want it for them. So there'll be a laundry list of things, and we probably can't do them all, but if we can tighten up 2 or 3 things, like I said, maybe it's a substitution pattern, maybe it's a play call, here or there, and to give ourselves a better chance and to win it. So we've broken the league season up into thirds, and we talk about growing and improving daily. And so you take a look at the first 6 games, we were 1-5, and now we're 3-3 in this middle third, as we talked about, and we're looking forward to the final 6 games of the regular season before postseason play comes around. And there's plenty that we have to do to sharpen up. We don't like giving up 105 points, trust me. Not in this program, and so we'll go back to the drawing board on some things defensively.
Any further questions? All right, thank you.